Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're taking a look at Regenesis, demiurge, I guess is the name here. Um, yeah, pretty interesting. I really enjoyed the first wave of Regenesis support. It actually performed relatively well as a cool rogue deck in the TCG, and we've seen it pop up a little bit in the OCG as well. So it's been a solid archetype. Second wave, huge letdown in my opinion. Like I'm not sure if either of the cards from the second wave are going to see play in the deck at all. If they do, they're like maybe a utility one of, you know what I mean, type cards. So pretty underwhelmed there. We do have a brand new card here, though. Hopefully this one capitalizes on some of the things Regenesis might need, whether it's extra power, extra oomph, really powerful extension, going second stuff, whatever it is. We'll see. They can kind of just get better in any category because this deck is like super right down the middle, as long as it's a good card. So this is Regenesis Demiurge. This is a level 10 Dark Illusion, 25/25 for the stats. Obviously, that is Regenesis's whole thing. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your graveyard by banishing 2 monsters from your graveyard with 2500 original attack or defense. Okay. You can only special summon Regenesis Demiurge once per turn this way. Okay. If this card is special summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls and or in their graveyard up to the number of your banished monsters with 2500 attack or defense, return them to the hand. Monsters your opponent controls lose 2500 attack during the battle phase only. Huh? I I really don't understand this card for like how the rest of Regenesis works. Okay, so as far as I can tell, right, based on how it's like text starts here saying must be special summon from your graveyard, I'm assuming that means you cannot just summon this out off of code, right? Code's their e-tele that just summons it straight out of the deck. I'm assuming we cannot just do that. Otherwise, this card could be interesting where like if you set up enough stuff, if you get stuff in your banish pile with 25 or attack or defense, you'd be able to just quick summon this off of code, try and bounce some of the board, and also have a big beater after that, right? Like that could be cool, but I don't think you're allowed to just because of this first step. So if you can't summon it out that way, I even then move to questioning how are we even getting this in rotation? You cannot extend with this from hand. It has to be in grave. How does Regenesis even like cleanly put this in grave? Um, I mean, I like that, like, once it's in grave, it does seem like it's just kind of in rotation, and you should be able to work with that pretty well. That, like, you can just kind of get that, you know what I mean? You can just bring this back every turn, get some bounces. It's the opposite of the other Regenesis boss monster, where the other Regenesis boss, I think, buffs itself by 25 to go to 5,000. This one just is going to make most of your opponent's stuff really small, but gives you a lot of the same outcome for the most part. Um, yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't fully understand this card. I mean, I guess once you get in rotation, like bouncing, you're going to bounce at least 2, right? Because you're banishing 2 bare minimum just to get this card out in the first place. So bouncing 2, then having a pretty big beater is pretty valuable overall. But like, that's it. That's it for a card that's like otherwise a brick. I don't even know. And to be fair, I don't know Regenesis inside and out. But thinking on the cards that I do know they have, I'm like running through the cards in my head, and I'm like, how is Konami? How's Konami? How are you even getting this engraved cleanly? I simply do not really understand this card there. I'm gonna call it a flop for now, unless someone can fill me in the comment section below and say like, ah, dude, you kind of missed the mark here. This card is totally awesome in the deck, and it's super easy to get in rotation. But I don't think that's gonna be the case here. So let me know your thoughts on this card. Do you feel more positively towards it than I do? I'm kind of just bummed that they kind of botched Regenesis. It had such a cool start, and with now 3 cards of support, all 3 may not see play in the deck like whatsoever. And like they took a deck that had like solid start, not even a crazy deck that's like out of this world good, and like those are the perfect decks to give them just like a little push. You know what I mean? Give them a slight push in the right direction, and basically nothing. It feels like so. Hopefully they're not done. Maybe there'll be one more wave in a following core set in the next core set, but or down the line. But right now, I this feels like a pretty big whiff by Konami on a new cool archetype that a good amount of players have been having fun with. But yeah, that's just kind of where I land on it here. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Wrong. I'd love to be wrong here. Being wrong is probably a good thing, but um, you know, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep in mind we have that live stream coming very soon. I think it's going to be like Friday night into Saturday morning, I think is about when it's going to be dropping. And it should have a bunch of stuff in it. I know people are already talking about Rose Dragon support, basically all of it being confirmed for it. I might make a separate video prior to that, just talking about Rose Dragons and what I'd want to see, because I am pretty fond of them. I don't really like dragons, but I like the non-dragony dragons. So Rose Dragon's definitely up that alley for me. But yeah, that might come later. But just stay tuned for that. We got big news coming. I'll keep you guys dialed in on that stuff. So thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.